All right, we're going to show you one of the cooler places in New York City that general tourists, or transplants as we call them, people that just moved here and don't really go to any of the more off the beat places, they only go to like the Lower East Side, they won't know about this. But it is located right off the entrance. You go 103rd Street and 1st Avenue. I just came from that path. And you look for this off the sidewalk. Our goal is to go there, but you got to get up there through here. It's called Randall's Island. I'm sure people that have lived in New York City for a while know exactly what I'm talking about. This video is probably not for you, or maybe you're just watching. But I'm trying to show the people that don't know about a lot of these places what the deal is. Today specifically is going to be a little interesting, because the last time I was here was, I would say, right before winter time, and there was a giant migration crisis. And this place ended up being used for what it was originally used for back in like the 1800s. Dog, you're good. And they re-put up tents, and that is exactly what it was used for after New York had bought the land in the 1800s. There's a huge history on this island. You can read all about it. I'm gonna be going to some of the places and showing some of the cooler facts in this video. Beautiful view. It's like 4 o'clock on a Monday. Gonna be sunset soon. We're gonna try to see some of the cool things this place has to offer, but I imagine it's gonna be very different now that they closed a lot of those tents. Let's rip it. It's gonna be pedestrian, so I'm gonna take it a little slower, but this is really fun. You can go one of two ways here. I'm gonna go right just to show you the big, beautiful arches, but the left is really where a lot of the history is at. So I think this is technically called Ward's Island. There was Randall's Island, and there was Ward's Island. Two different owners back in the day had purchased the land before New York owned it. I think it was Randall was originally, but they translated to Randall. I think it was Joseph Ward, something like that. This part is technically, if I'm not mistaken, the Ward Island part of it. But then Robert Moses came in and really wanted to make it a public park. So they were encouraging contractors to dump their, I think, garbage or try to fill in the land. And eventually they combined the two of them. And they just call it Randall's Island. But it can still be known as Ward's Island. We got a windy day out. It's actually pretty nice for the winter in New York. It's like 47 degrees. So not miserable, but you can actually still see the old tents. I'll stop and do a shot of that. There are still some migration tents here. Let's go back and check that out. Now, I don't really think I need to wear a helmet on a place like this, but you know, you never know. I got this sick fucking thing for a reason, so TikTok bullied me into it, and Reddit, you guys are welcome. I do listen, but also fuck you. Yeah, they're not gonna let me go any further here. You see, they have some of the tents still up. I read these were supposed to be shut down. And obviously, I mean, I have a video of last time I was here, it was nighttime. And there was like 100 people in the same area. Hey, what's up? Just checking it out. Yeah, there was like 100 people just partying at like 11 at night on a Wednesday. See, that guy's kind of not with it. Got their own security, but see above it, it's a tent setup. It's not necessarily shelter. I mean, it's shelter, but it's not necessarily housing. It's a tent. And they cleared out most of them because this place is pretty empty. I'll show some comparison footage of the same exact place. We're going back on this little path over here. This is exactly the same path I took, and I pretty much couldn't ride through it. It was nighttime on the fall, so I was very confused. This entire island had been occupied. My bad, boys. It's quite pretty, but I just found it so ironic that I think through the years they ended up reusing it for what it primarily started as, was immigration shelter for the last 300 years. And they said the reason was because it's kind of out of the way of most of the rest of the city. So it's history. You're gonna see it. There's a bunch of insane asylums and all sorts of orphanages for the insane and criminal housing, and they would shuttle in bodies of unidentified people. They just use this island for whatever purposes. There's some beautiful turf fields here. Let's go get a good view of that. I heard there was a whole private school, public school debate over these turf fields. And the private schools ended up winning and didn't have to pay $50 million that they were supposed to pay to fund it. They say it's mixed space now, but I wonder what the facts are on that. It's pretty cool though to play lacrosse right under the bridge like that. And obviously we're passing under the RFK Triborough Bridge. I think this was Robert Moses' doing. This was one of the mayor-governor's doings, big project. And as it sounds, it touches through, it can connect you to Queens, Bronx, or Manhattan. So that's 3 different boroughs. In the summertime, when this is not all dead, it is such a beautiful place to picnic and relax. You can see Astoria Park on the other side. More views of the turf over here. I think this is called the Hell's Gate Bridge. This connects the transit. And as a result, you end up being able to ride through the pillars underneath it because it goes right through the island. And what could have been a big sort of waste of space ends up being such a beautiful, beautiful bike ride. And after this big uphill, you're gonna see exactly what I mean. Again, this is kind of all overgrown now, but imagine it green and lush. I'm sure I'll post another video in the summer because I love this place. Just a lot of open fields with the city backdrop. Now that's actually the hospital right there. I'll get more into that when I go over there. But there still is an active insane asylum. It's like one of the only things that held on. They tried to shut down so many times, but it's still here. These are the arches, like, come on. At sunset, big golden arches, open fields, RFK right there. I don't think it gets much better than that. Stunning. I'm gonna drop back on the saddle just to give you a good look. I really do think this is one of the more beautiful places in New York City. Ruining the view just a little bit. So on the right, we have the big sewage plant. I think 1930 they built this, and they've just kept expanding it and expanding it. That's a water treatment plant or a sewage treatment. City of New York, Wards Island Waterway Treatment Plant. Wastewater treatment plant. If you look at a map, like I have my map up here, it's kind of massive. It's a good bit of the island. And I know they've tried to get rid of it a couple times. But it only gets bigger. Such is with politics. I mean, it's got to go somewhere. I'm sure this helps a lot of people in the city, so I don't really mind it. But it does smell like ass in this exact area. There's a lot of public fields. I think this is still all just for schools practice. It's not even, you'll see there's a whole stadium, there's golf course that's actually nice. This is just recreational use, which is insane amount of land. All right, we're gonna catch some speed for the sake of beautiful footage. Another entrance to the treatment plant. I think the landscape speaks for itself on this. There's a loop around here. But I'm gonna stop because I also know right about here is where what they call the Rock. I might be able to find a place to see it, but it's where the FDNY trains. They have recreations of buildings, New York City buildings and bodegas, and the subway recreation. A couple of 9/11 pillars, and it's where the Fire Academy trains. Very cool large facility. You can go watch a couple of YouTube videos on that. But the path loops back around. I'm gonna take it back the way we came, and then we're gonna show you some of the asylum, stadium, some of the fields. I saw a lot of National Guard and military presence right over here, kind of hidden under the other part of the RFK too. But it was crazy because I've never seen military used on this island. Okay, so we have 2 points of divergence here. This is the stadium, and it looks like there's actually like a festival or something there right now. And then that's the hospital. I'm gonna try to show you both. Currently en route towards what would be the hospital. Yeah, this is the asylum right here. Wow. I mean, it just looks like an old government building. This is the asylum. And there's a water passage here. It's called the Hell's Gate Little something, but until reading about it, I never really got to understand the crazy shit that went up in there. There's still a guy, I think it's called the Kirby Asylum Center. He's called the Butcher of Tompkins Square. And he would, in the 70s, there was kind of like an Occupy Wall Street type situation where they tried to self-govern. The homeless was camping out in hundreds in Tompkins Square in Alphabet City. And they were self-governing, and then word was getting around that a guy was boiling a head. So police got involved, and they found out this guy and 3 other people. They helped, they're not sure who actually killed her, but they think it's this guy, and they for sure dismembered him, cut up the bodies, buried the bones in like Port Authority in a locker, and then fed, that's the alleged part, but they fed the boiled body parts in soup to the homeless around there. I read that story today and I was like, New York City is a crazy ass place. Because I'm sure there's many other stories that exist like that, and had I just not been looking more into this place, I'd have no idea that story existed. But basically that guy's still alive, and he is in one of these 2 buildings. There's an asylum, and then there's a max penitentiary asylum, which is for the mentally ill that have committed crimes. And that is just an eerily dark thought. But we're gonna pivot away from that, and we're gonna go to the stadium here. This is the little footbridge. I think if you read into this waterway right here has a lot of history. I can't remember it all, but it was owned by many different people and the land's transferred. I think this is where it connects to actual Randall's Island. That's what the significance is. That was Ward's Island, now we're on Randall's. It looks like we got a little surprise today. This is all imposed to help filter water through. They created marshland and dumped salt and clean sand. What we got going on here? Cirque du Soleil. What? I had no idea they do Cirque du Soleil here. That would explain the big ass tent. I think they're actually just setting up. There's workers right there. All right, while I'm on this little grass route, they hold, in the summer you'll see people playing Frisbee here. I think they hold Lollapalooza at one point. But this stadium in 1936 is where I think Jesse Owens famously won the Olympic trials with the fastest time on record to that point. And I'm not sure if I read it wrong, but I think Usain Bolt also did some crazy stuff here. You can see the top of the stadium there. I'm gonna go around, see if I can see the circus and the stadium. All right, we're gonna post up here, get a good look. Yeah. So I think it was originally called Downing Stadium in the 30s. They renovated it multiple times and a lot of money went into trying to make this like a big pop-in sort of venue. I don't think it ever really succeeded in that. And then in 2005, this guy, Icon or Ichan, something, he bought this and it's his namesake. Right now, it doesn't really look like it's being used for much. It might be under construction but I've seen in the summers, football games go on here, track events, soccer games. It's obviously a very scenic view. And right now they got the Cirque du Soleil in town. I'm gonna ride around here and try and get to the other side. So all this closed right now? What is this? What the fuck? Oh, this is some sketchy stuff. This looks like a scene out of I Am Legend. This is New York City. I don't know what went down here. I'll go a little further in, but I want to be careful. No, it's just either demo or... If anyone knows what this used to be, it doesn't have it on the map. Weird. I think that is the golf place though, right up there. So maybe it's just an extension of it. See if that leads me anywhere. I'll always just fast forward through the video if it's a dead end. Now this is about where I saw the military camped out. They was hiding and chilling under these bridges. There's activity there still. It's pretty creepy looking. This is the MTA right here? What's the MTA got going on? NYPD personnel only. Okay. Well, I'm gonna not go too much further. I'll stop right about here. It's the Bridges and Tunnels Central Maintenance Facility. Had no idea that was here. And I don't want to get yelled at. So I'm gonna leave. Yeah, so this is where one day I just turned during BLM and there was literal tanks posted up chilling under here. And it was one of the scariest fucking sights. It felt like the government, like a movie, like The Purge or something, like we were about to fight our government. I don't really think there's anything on that other side. So I'm gonna go back up this way. Bunch of old ships stored there. I think I might want to go check that out. Let's get a little view. It's roped off. I don't know why. This place just kind of feels like it was forgotten in time a lot. Fire department personnel only. You could film a movie scene right here. Gravel is not, those rocks are not helping. This would be the scene where Tony Soprano meets up and drops off the money or Ow. Very hard terrain. Money or body. I gotta actually get off the bike. It's just all rock. Pretty cool view though. If you know anything about bridges, looks like they're repairing that one. Caissons, that's what a bridge construction is. They build giant caissons in the water. Ooh, it's police. These are all old NYPD boats. Cool. Wow. That's sick. I'm gonna hold the bike up to try and make it look, get a better view. Just rows of old police boats. Like, what are they doing? Are they fixing them? What are they doing keeping those out here? And up top, looks like a speedboat. There's just no labels on those buildings either. Bunch of nondescript buildings. Let's see. Harbor unit, keep out. Now here's some of the baseball fields. There's one, it looks like there's several. Yeah. We got like 10 baseball fields here. Oh no. What the hell is this? Is that a Fresh Direct? That's gotta be the Bronx. Yeah, I think there's a water channel right here. Oh yeah, I'm on the edge of the water. Woo, traffic. Fog me inside. You're okay, guys. Let's see what this water channel is like. Oh, it's a very narrow passage. I mean, that's the only thing separating the Bronx. Yeah, that's the only thing separating the Bronx from here. I could swim that. Looks like an old railway right behind the Fresh Direct. Kind of leads to nowhere. Once again, this is New York City. I think that's crazy. Told you there was FDNY station out here. I told you. You're good. I'm just chilling. I'm good. Thank you. See if I could follow him. It'll show me where the station is. Pick up some speed since we're on the actual road. We're gonna send it through here again. I don't think anyone's gonna stop me. I just gotta go around. Uh-oh. La policía. Trying to hide from that guy. Yeah, this is what I couldn't get around before. It all just cuts back and there's the other side of the island. I just wasn't realizing it didn't have a connection because all the police and MTA stuff. New York State, waste. What's up, brother? Yeah, there's a sports facility. All right, let's go and show you some of the golf. Probably could have saved an hour on this video. It'll look cooler by just doing that. Big ass parking lot. Paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Once again, it smells like absolute ass because the water treatment. But that's New York City, if ever I've known one. Ah, this is the fire training facility. Yeah, this is the Rock, the fire academy. Wow. We'll just go up here and get as much we can see. 100% ID check. Pretty cool. So I think their headquarters, they got a bunch of mock buildings. You can watch that whole video, but it's real. Just seeing what was up. What's up, brother? I was just seeing what was up.
What?
I was just checking out the.
Oh, okay.
I watched a YouTube. No, I watched a YouTube video. If I can go in, I'll go in. But
yeah, and I thought you were here for like the seat pad also.
No. In spite of the crazy ass suit. No, I just watched a YouTube video on this and was like, oh shit, it's actually here.
No, yeah, they're always here, man.
Cool, you're recording right now. I've got the GoPro going.
That's good.
What do you guys usually get up to over here?
What do you mean, like,
I know they train here, but what else is housed here?
No, everything from training, rescue operations, like all training.
Yeah.
Fire academy, that's it.
I saw they had like the little subway cart recreation and
they got that. They also got like a plane.
Faux buildings.
Yeah, trench rescues.
Yeah, I had no idea.
They simulate everything here.
They said in the 70s it was somewhere else, but I've lived here 12 years, had no idea that this was nestled here.
This is right here.
Even now, I was just riding around trying to figure out where it was. Follow the fire trucks. Thank you for sharing, brother. I appreciate it. Have a great night. I should have just said yes. He lifted the gate up for me. Respect to FDNY. Now the NYPD I got a little more problems with, but that's a different story. Sport Time John McEnroe Tennis Facility. Got some more baseball fields. You could see the edge of the fire along here. Just kind of a fascinating place. It feels never ending. Food truck. Might need to put this video on pause and hit that up. See what we got. Lunch menu, hot house specials. I could use a Gatorade right now. Yeah, I might come back to it. I got plenty of stuff. Looks good though. Mexican fiesta. I'm thirsty, so that's why I want it, but I don't want to have to just guzzle some real quick. Let's see if this gives us a better look at any of the fire facilities. Nah, it's just the edge of the building. Who would have thought there'd be a food truck and things here? Obviously, this is a whole tennis training. Let's see. No. That sugary stuff, no good for you. I think that'd only hurt me. It's cut up here. Just feels like they hide shit. This whole island. I don't know if this is the tennis courts or. I guess I'll find out right now. Oh shit. He's jamming. Wow. More baseball fields. Yeah, I've actually never seen this part. I've never really done this loop around. This is the part I couldn't get to because it had the facility blocking it. That's pretty cool. Let's pull up over here. Get a good view of all the waterways. Okay. So what do we got going on over here? What exactly is it that we are looking at? You can see there's 3 different convergences. Yeah. So that's Rikers Island in the distance this way. I don't think this is actually Rikers, but I think Rikers is more... Yeah, Rikers is right here. That's Rikers Island. That's Astoria. That's the Bronx. This is Randall's Island. But you could see this is such an important waterway. It connects so many different things. I'm going to go back the other way, but if you like New York City history at all, this is a very cool trip. I think I've kind of just yapped on and on. But again, if you like history, go read about this place and you'll be fascinated by some of the things that are here. I think I've seen just about all there is to see here.